All right, good morning, everybody, or whatever time you're watching this video. I haven't done anything on YouTube in quite some time because I have like 2 subscribers. But YouTube is a beautiful thing where if you have one issue or one thing that's kind of niche and you put a video up about it and you help one of those 12 people that will watch the video, then that's what's so cool about YouTube is you can pretty much learn anything on it. So nonetheless, this is the Huffy 36 volt CR8-R miniature electric dirt bike for kids. It's rated for like 14 and up, but really it's for my 8-year-old and it fits him pretty good. I think he hasn't sat on it yet. It's a Christmas present. It is replacing his smaller MX 125 Razor that he has put about 100,000 miles on. We've had to replace the rear tire, and he outgrew the speed pretty fast too, and I ended up doing the drill battery conversion on it, but with only a 2 amp hour battery, he runs through it pretty quick. Zero suspension, really small. That is their entry level one. They make bigger ones with suspension and bigger batteries, but they all still use a lead acid battery, which led me to this purchase, but there's not a lot of information on it. There's a couple videos that say, hey, here's this new toy, but not a lot of technical data or anything like that. I won't bore you with specs because you can look all that stuff up, but the brief overview is that the large battery, you access into the seat. It's pretty long, way bigger. I don't want to lie to you, but it's a pretty high amp hour battery, should last quite a while. Up front, you have 0 brakes up front. This is more of a spring tube than a shock. One single rear disc brake that I had issues with, and is really the whole reason I'm making this video. But suspension up front, adjustable coil in the back. I sat on it, I'm 190 pounds, and it supported me. Obviously, it squatted a little bit, but and it's not rated for that. But nonetheless, I think kids of any size could play on this. Provided that they were skilled enough to drive it under parental supervision. Simple on-off button, turns the screen on, nothing crazy, and I haven't installed the plastics yet. I'm really glad that I put this together before Christmas, or Christmas Eve rather, because I had some issues with the brakes that I want to go over. Nonetheless, so it's a hub drive, so there's no chain or anything. Like this one I had to worry about some chain maintenance issues. This is a hub drive. Brakes though, as soon as I put this thing together, it had terrible pad rubbing, or however you want to say it. It was really dragging on the brakes no matter what I did. So my first attempt was to adjust this set screw to adjust the cable, and when I did that, it did indeed cause a gap to form between this side pad and the rotor, but the back side continued to drag no matter what I did. So I was looking at it, I looked at the instructions, looked online. There's nothing online that tells you what to do or how to adjust these brakes. So my initial thought was to put a spacer on the rotor mounting positions. But then I got to looking at it, took this thing apart, and these 2 screws here, or Allen screws rather, are what hold the caliper to the frame. If you pull those out, there's actually, I don't know if it'll focus. You see there's 2 washers there. There was 3 washers stacked up. And the only thing I can think is that if they're going to stack up 3 washers, they're giving you washers to make adjustments. I don't know if you can see it. I took one of the 3 washers and stuck it on the back side between the caliper and the frame. So I've got 2 washers in the front, 1 in the back, and that pushed the entire caliper assembly over just that tiny little amount to give myself more room on the backside. Since you can't adjust that side pad, I loosened this up a little bit, and now we are spinning very freely. So before you try to fabricate anything or ship it back, if you've got issues with the brakes or hanging up, just look at these bolts here and see if you can make some adjustments. If you have any questions on it, I'll be happy to answer it, but we'll see how it lasts and see if it can keep up with the other competitors.